Chapter 16. The Darkness. Simon, Kenny, and Sarah looked on in horror. They could see a group of small creatures dressed in black and wearing gas masks in the trees. They were sitting on top of grey wolves, and one of them was securing the rope that had caught Lily. Lily was trying to break free by flapping her wings and trying to cut the rope with her beak. The creatures riding on the wolves started moving towards her. "Come on," said Kenny, as he waved both of them over to a few rocks near the edge of the frozen lake. As they got nearer, they had to be careful to avoid holes in the ice. "What about Lily?" Sarah asked. "We have to save her." "I'll go," Simon said bravely as he looked across the lake, planning his next move. His hair blew around in the wind. "What are you going to do?" Kenny asked. Simon paused, unsure as to what he could do. I don't know," he said, feeling frustrated. As he spoke, he felt a strange sensation in the pit of his stomach. The world felt like it was closing in on him, and he was shrinking. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. When he opened his eyes, he was laying on the ice, but he didn't feel cold. He couldn't feel his hands or his legs. What was happening? He looked at Kenny and Sarah, who were looking at him with confused expressions on their faces. "What happened?" he asked. You're a seal," Sarah exclaimed, pointing at him, "with the silver cap on your head." He turned his head and saw flippers where his arms and hands should have been. He shuffled on the ice. There was a blinding flash of lightning and a huge crack of thunder. The storm was almost on top of them. Simon looked over to where Lily was laying. The black masked creatures and the wolves were now circling her. They were throwing more ropes over her to prevent her from flying away. Simon knew he had to do something quickly. He slid off the ice into the water and swam under the ice towards where Lily was. As he swam, rocks started falling from the sky along with the snow. "What the?" Kenny asked, looking up to the dark swirling clouds. "It looks like a meteor shower," Sarah said, squinting into the distance. The falling rocks gradually became bigger and bigger. One of them clipped Kenny's head. "Ouch!" he yelled, rubbing his head where the rock had hit. "We better find somewhere to take shelter," Sarah yelled. "This way!" They ran towards some rocks covered in snow and ice with a small hole just big enough to squeeze into. Meanwhile, Simon was swimming under the ice as a seal. He got to where Lily was and looked up. He could see her shadow and also the shadows of her attackers who were surrounding her. There were cracks and some small holes in the ice. If only he could break up the ice in order to save Lily. He dove down a little deeper and then swam as fast as he could towards the surface. The silver cap on his head hit the ice first and broke through it. He came up right next to where Lily was. "Simon?" she asked, weak and dazed. One of the creatures with gas masks moved to throw a spear at him. Simon quickly slid back into the water under the ice. He did it again and again, trying to break up enough of the ice. As the masked creatures realized what he was doing, they started backing up with the wolves and started to drag Lily back towards the trees. Some of the rocks falling from the sky were now the size of footballs, and they were starting to break up the ice. Simon knew he had to act fast before it was too late. He swam up again. As he broke through the ice and came out into the air, a rock hurtled towards him and struck him across his head. All of a sudden, there was darkness, and he felt himself sinking back down underneath the water. Then there was nothing.